A short, bittersweet tale about two souls living on the moon, and how their own shyness kept them apart until the end. Made in a month, along the same guidelines as Nano Reno. Hello and welcome, Lynx here, and we are sitting today to looking up to the Earth from John Fawkes, who, if you maybe remember, we played Buzz T. Succubus from. This one was actually released earlier than the previous game we played, but that doesn't mean it stands in the way of us playing it right now. Let's get to it. Come on all! Come be a part of human history! Thanks to the tireless efforts of the men and women of Fawkes Industries, the first ever human colony on the moon is finally finished and ready for inhabitants. Powered by the state-of-the-art technology and with cutting-edge facilities, you'll be living in space haven. Book now and live in the world of tomorrow, today. I remember reading that ad in the paper on my coffee break. Ever since I was a kid, I've always dreamt of going to space and living up there with the stars. Fighting off aliens, going on adventures, maybe marrying a beautiful princess of the cosmos. All wishful thinking that, as I grew older, became nothing more than a passing fantasy that occupied my odd daydream. Never in my mind did I think humanity would gain the technology to colonize other planets, much less during my lifetime. I don't think I ever applied for something so quick in my life. Of course, me and a million other people, unless you had connections, it'd be like winning the lottery to get in. Would be nice to win a lottery. For weeks I waited for a response. Hell, I even tried praying for the first time since I was 5. I felt like I was going to go insane. And then my letter showed up. Ooh. Dear Mr. Pros, we here at Fawkes Industries are pleased to announce that we've accepted your application to join the colony as one of our hands-on mechanics. Oh. Wait, it's kind of like a work, it seems like. The letter went on, but I didn't care. I cried. I cried like a happy bloody baby. I was going to the moon. Me, some guy whose only notable talent was that I'm half decent at fixing things. My heart raced as I packed up everything I would need for my move. I barely slept until the day of departure. The whole flight up, I was that annoying guy who wouldn't stop giggling to himself. I was so excited. Reality didn't settle back in until I got in front of my new house. Howdy, neighbor! Ooh. Hey there! I was so wrapped up in my own head that I didn't even notice this girl sneaking up on me. Neighbor? She giggled a little to herself. That was a good sign, right? Or did I already make a horrible first impression and she's laughing at me? Sorry if I startled you a little, but I thought I should at least come over and say hi. Yeah, sure. I reached out to shake her hand. I'm Leonard. She bowed a little before taking my hand and shaking it too. It's a pleasure, Leonard. I'm Patricia Cantequina. I'm going to be teaching at the school. School? Really? That's awesome. I'm just here to do the maintenance and stuff like that. Her eyes widened as she gasped. You mean you like fix things? Like mechanical things? Well, yeah. That's so cool! She nearly screamed me off my feet. I have the worst luck when it comes to machines, and I've never been good at fixing anything. Like just now, the Butlertron that they assigned my house is making this strange, like, whooping noise. And I don't know what to do about it, but I'm afraid to touch it and die. I don't think that would happen. Think you could take a look at it for me? I couldn't help but laugh a little. Also, is this a solar panel? Also, is this an electric tree? 5 minutes on the moon and I already had my first job request. I don't know if that's a good sign. Tell you what, let me get a little more settled in and I'll come take a look at the boat. Really? You mean it? Hey, it's my job, right? I'm happy to do it. Happy about the job? What? She bowed again. Thank you so much, Leonard. I watched as she turned around and skipped off home. Shaking my head and chuckling to myself, I picked up a load of my stuff and headed into my house. I think I'm going to like it here. Hopefully. That day I met my neighbor. My first day on the moon. It seems so surreal looking back at it now. To think that soon that will have been a year. A whole year of living on the moon. The old two-family alarm goes wailing, signaling that I only have an hour to get to the plant. I know I have to go, but a part of me just wants to wait here for another hour. Yeah, I mean that's how it works with work. Not like it would make much of a difference at this point. I click the snooze on my watch and silence befalls me. Sweet, sweet silence. Maybe with some luck I'll be able to fall asleep again. Sir, your alarm went off. No, please just let me sleep. Sir, it is time to get up. It would be unprofessional of you to sleep in any more than you have already. Leave me alone, Lucy. Sir, if you keep up this behavior, I'll have no choice but to get the garden hose again. What? Christ, fine, can't sleep with all your nagging anyways. For a brief moment, while my vision is blurry, I trick myself into believing I'm somewhere else, but of course... I'm still in my house. I must have fallen asleep on the sofa again. I've been doing that a lot lately. Just don't really have the urge to crawl into bed anymore. Good morning, sir. Sure. Lucy, the name I gave to my Fawkes issued personal robot mate. Each house in the colony got one as part of the move-in deal. We didn't have these back on Earth, so at first I thought it was the coolest thing in the universe, like I was really living in the future. But the state of wonderment was short-lived, and in recent days she's been nothing but a bother. Sir, I must say your attitude as of late has left much to be desired. A huge bother. Whoever decided to give these things an artificial personality was a huge a-hole. I should really remove your voice box. Tampering with my hardware would void my warranty. Oh yeah, wouldn't want that now, would we? Am I detecting sarcasm? I'm about to respond to her when I realize I'm arguing with a glorified Roomba. Whatever. Lucy's cheek puffed up in a half as she scolds at me. You should be grateful it's my programming to serve you regardless of your sore attitude. Now tidy yourself up while I get your breakfast ready. Not hungry. She glared at me, giving me that cold, condescending look. Sir, I'll have to insist that you eat breakfast. You've barely eaten anything the past 3 days, and I'll be damned if I'm going to watch you wither away into nothing. Holy groats. You're annoying. Just some toast or something. I don't have much of an appetite. Oh, are you feeling ill? Should I notify a doctor? I'm fine. Just make the toast. Very well, sir. Dude, no need to be so much of an a-hole towards her. At long last, Lucy turns away and heads into the kitchen, putting out several bowls and the mixer, after which she opened... You don't need that for a toast. After which she opens up the fridge and pulls out several eggs and some blueberries. She was probably going to make pancakes despite my asking for toast. In her mind, she was going above and beyond what is asked of her. If robots had hearts, hers would be in the right place, but I was in no mood for pancakes, and this breakfast would meet an untimely fate with the garbage can. I lie back down the couch and try closing my eyes again. With Lucy preoccupied, I could maybe fall back asleep. The low rumble of pancake batter mixing is actually kind of pleasant. Oh yeah, there is sound of that. Maybe you don't hear it as well because of music. We should lower it. Let's roll back and go again. It's not very loud. That sound. Music up. Actually, maybe let's not go that far. A little lower. Like slightly. The low rumble of pancake butter mixing is actually kind of pleasant. I'm able to almost fall back to sleep. My eyes dart open. There is only one person it could be. I'll get it. No, please don't. But it was too late. I heard the door swing open. Oh, good morning, Miss Cantakina. Good morning, Lucy. Has Leo left for the plant yet? Not yet. In fact, we were just about to have breakfast. Would you like to come in? I would love to, thank you. Oh, great. Master Leonard, Miss Cantakina is here. Good morning, Leo. I grumbled to myself. You are as preppy as ever. Did you forget what today is? Of course not, it's why I'm here. I'm going to finish up breakfast, Miss Cantakina. Would you like to stay and eat with us? I would love to. Lucy nods and heads back in the kitchen, leaving me and Patricia alone. So why are we in my house again? Alright, I wanted to give you this. She hands me a pink envelope. What's that? Open it and see for yourself. With a groan, I humor her and rip the top of the envelope. Dear Mr. Pross, you are cordially invited to attend a party at Patricia Cantakina's house this evening at 7 p.m. to celebrate the colony's first year anniversary. Formal wear would be appreciated. Food and drinks will be provided. I stare at her. Huh? Are you kidding me? What? It's a big day! It will be fun. It's my first time hosting a party and I really just want everything to go well. So you're coming, right? Of course not. What? But why not? Before I can give her the obvious answer, Lucy comes bursting into the living room. Pardon my interruptions, but breakfast is ready. Any sort of concern that Patricia had vanished upon hearing those words. Oh really? I'm starving! She rushed off into the kitchen. Well, at least somebody appreciates my cooking. Now come along, sir. We don't want your pancakes getting cold. You know I asked for a toast, right? And I thought that my famous blueberry pancakes would be a nice surprise and just a thing to get you out of your funk. Dubbed it. I head in the kitchen and am greeted by a large stack of black dotted pancakes. Patricia is already digging into it. From the way she was going, it looked like she hadn't eaten in days. I take my seat and just stare at my plate. The knots in my stomach haven't gone away yet. These pancakes were always so rich and heavy. Just the idea of trying to eat one now made me nauseous. At least Patricia could enjoy them. Lucy always made too much food, but Patricia was an endless pit today. She cleaned her plate in no time at all. Could I get some more, please? Certainly, but may I suggest slowing down a bit? You don't want to get a cramp now. I can help myself, they're so good. Well, if you insist. Sir, are you still not hungry? No. She sighs. Would you like me to put in some toast? Well, it is what I asked for. Very well, sir. She gets to the counter and pops in a few pieces of toast. Honestly, such a mood. If I could defy my core programming, why I'd... You shouldn't be too hard on him, Lucy. Things have been stressful around and I know that Leo's been giving it his all. So much so that maybe he should take a break tonight. Say around 7 at my house for a super fun party. Honestly, that sounds more stressful. Parents were still no. Oh, come on, be fun. Patricia, for the love of just a drop, I'm not going to a stupid party. I get up from the table just as Lucy finished making toast. I swiped an unbuttered slice and shoved it in my mouth. It's dry and bitter and almost tastes like eating chalk, but at this point it's all I can stomach. What is up with him? I storm to the living room, checking my watch. All these distractions are going to make me late. Of course, Knight behind me was my ever-annoyed mate, ready to chew my ear off. Leonard, do you mind explaining to me what was that all about? I don't answer her. She's not going to make me feel bad about this. Just because you're in a full mood doesn't give you the right to take it out on a sweet little thing like Miss Cantakina. You should know better than that. For goodness sake, you nearly brought the girl to tears. Yeah, well... I pause for a moment. Tell her it won't be a problem or she'll never see me again. I leave, slamming the door behind me. I'm so sick of all of it. I should have scrubbed that annoying maid months ago. Could have made her into a kettle or a toaster. Something that wouldn't pester me every 3 seconds. I do feel a little bad about Patricia though. Maybe I was a little hard on her. Yeah. But I just wish she wasn't trying to so damn hard to make me happy. What do you mean? Did it ever occur to her that maybe there is nothing for me to be happy about? At least not anymore. What do you mean? Well, it doesn't matter anyways. Better to leave things like this. I walk down the road in complete silence. It takes me a while, but eventually I make it to the plant. I check my watch. The timer says I have less than 10 minutes left. When I get in, I am greeted to the shallow glow of the red flashing lights. Normally a siren's cry followed it, but I had disabled that forever ago to spare my eardrums. I make my way to the main generator, ignoring all the critical and failing warning prompts on the various computer screens and machines. Okay. So everything is going down. They've been like that for a while now. Most of those generators weren't getting enough power to run properly. Things like anti-gravity, light, and water purification were getting the bare minimum I could spare, but at this point it was like filling an oil barrel with an eyedropper. There was only one generator that got what it needed, the one that was more important than even the clean water. Fawkes' ingenious air recycler, a contraption capable of cleaning air instantaneously. It was the only reason this colony was able to exist. It of course took a lot of power to run, and as I approached it, it was at critical like everything else. Normally the solar plant would provide enough power to keep everything in the colony running smoothly, but in the case of a power failure, there were several fusion batteries to keep it running for up to 3 months. Today I was going to put in the last one. I kept the last one prepped and ready right next to the recycler so I could get this task over and done with. It amazed me that I've been doing this every day for almost 3 months to keep myself alive. These last few days I really had to force myself to do it. What was just a few more days of life in the inevitability of one's own demise. It was almost like I was torturing myself. I eject the last battery and quickly swap in a new one. Well, just one more day of this. I watch as the lights start to steady themselves again and the power levels begin to creep up. Wait, what? Maybe it was damaged? Maybe it was a glitch? Maybe some dumbass used to charge his phone thinking we'd never been in a crisis like this? Whatever the reason, the battery was only half full. I checked my watch, it was a little past 9 AM. Okay, so just 12 hours left. In some sort of sick, twisted way, I was a little relieved. The waiting had been the hardest part, and now it was a little less. I take a seat in a nearby chair and prompt my feet atop a keyboard that no longer works. There was nothing left to do now but wait. Just wait for the air to stop flowing. This was going to take forever. I wish I had a beer. I leaned back a bit more, trying to make myself comfortable when I noticed something tucked underneath the keyboard. I went to go and grab it. I almost laughed. It was an old picture of me and my boss. I couldn't remember when we had taken this picture, but I do remember Mark's meaty headlock. It brought a tear to my eye, seeing myself so happy. Seeing Mark again. Huh. Remembering what happened. When everything went to shite. Hey kid! Kid, you there? Huh? That day had been just like another. My boss and I were making routine checkups on people's living quarters, dealing with any deficiencies that came up. It wasn't the most thrilling work in the world, but it helped fill the days. Plus, there were worse people to hang out with all day than Mark. You look like you're about to pass out, kiddo. You feeling alright? I let out a heavy yawn to put Mark's mind at ease. Yeah, I'm good. Just another late night. You sure? Positive. I smiled reassuringly. Mark was a good guy with a gigantic heart that was filled up by his wife's cooking and being a dad for almost a decade. Of course, his family was still back down on Earth, so all his pent-up parental doting ended up being directed at me. I didn't mind really. It was only annoying like 10% of the time. Well, what are you doing that's keep you up all night? I given him a look, one telling him to mind his own business. I see, I see. Well then, we should probably get back to work. Just, stay hydrated. Oh my god. What? We've all done it. Hehehe. It's not that, gee. Why do you have to be so gross? Well, if you're not going to tell me, I'm just going to have to assume. Well, assume something different. You have something better to do than prying into my life, Dad. His laughing only got louder. I'm as desirous, as immature and secretive as my eldest daughter, Leo, and I thank you for that. I rolled my eyes, but I knew that this was all in a good fun. Still, we were on the clock. You wanna head in the kitchen and check the ice dispenser or troubleshoot the robot? I'll take the kitchen. You need the practice on the robots. What are you talking about? I'm better at them than you are, old man. Just go and fix the dang robot. Sure, whatever. I head in the living room to where the Battletron is. In my head, I'm already thinking of 20 different things that could be wrong with the bucket of balls that I didn't realize that there was someone already in the room waiting for me. Oh, hey there, Leo! Mark, you sneaky bastard. Oh, hey. I thought you were upstairs. I was, but then I realized that I could see the meteor shower better from the living room. Yeah, that's today, isn't it? A couple of weeks ago, there had been a colony-wide email about a cluster of meteorites passing by us soon. I remember just glancing at it before deleting it, so I never got the exact date. I figured with the entire sky being constant space, I'd catch it at some point. Isn't it exciting? I've never seen a meteor shower before, and for us to be so close, this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I guess so. You guess so? Don't be silly, it's going to be fantastic. By the way, thanks again for coming by today to fix Cranberry. I don't know why he keeps malfunctioning. I look over to the crimson-skinned synthetic human slouched in the corner. He was in sleep mode and looked quite peaceful, but he was the glitchiest bot I've ever seen. It's like, what, the 10th time in the last 2 months? You should really let me send in a request to get you a new bot. What? I could never give away Cranberry. He's like family. Okay, I get it. Besides, it's good excuse to have you over, neighbor. I blushed a little. No kidding, huh? We both awkwardly laughed a little. I had absolutely no idea what to say now, and the silence was between us was only getting longer. Well, I should probably get to work on that robot. Yeah, okay. I'll try to stay out of your way. Do you mind if I work on next semester's lessons plans while I wait for the meteor shower to start? Shouldn't be a problem. With that, I turn around and start my work, but I barely pop open the access panel on his back when Mark comes into the room. Hey kiddo, you figured out what was wrong with the Battletron yet? Just got the panel open, Mark. Good, then you'll be a while. I might be. Then you won't mind if I head off to the last house and leave you here, right? What? Dude, but you're my ride. You live right next door. Right. When it's settled, I'll see you later, kid, and remember. He starts heading out of the room. Stay hydrated. Dude! He walked out the door. And it would be the last time I ever saw him. Our last job was all the way across the colony in the other town, Port. That's where the first meteor hit. Ooh. There had been a miscalculation of where the shower was going to pass by, and instead of lighting up the sky with beautiful streaks of light, they pelted the moon in an unstoppable barrage of total destruction. By some cursed miracle, our little neighborhood managed to avoid the onslaught, but we were cut off from everything else. I tried sending out distress signals, but all communications was down. Oh! I hoped that maybe everyone back on Earth would realize the lack of communication and send help, but no one ever came. What? I searched all the nearby houses for any other survivors, but they were vacant. Thankfully it was summer and most families had gone back to Earth for vacation and avoided this disaster. Okay, that's nice. In a way. But to my knowledge, it was just me and Patricia left alive on the moon. Oh my god. Well, we wouldn't be alive for much longer. Ah! I must have dozed off a little and fell out of my chair. My head was ringing with pain as I rubbed my face a little. How long was I out for? I turned my head to check the life left on the life support system. 10%, huh? I was out longer than I thought. Not long enough for. I started getting up from the ground and brushing myself off. I would try to fall asleep again, but I doubt that would happen with that throbbing pain in my head. Well, now what do I do? Staying here to watch the number tick down sounded torturous, so maybe I would take a little walk around town, just one more time. I head out of the plant and take a look at the town around me. The empty streets providing a little company in my final hour. I can't even remember a time when this town was bustling and alive. It was almost enough to make me cry. But I wouldn't. Rather, I couldn't. Didn't seem like much of a point now. I knew what was going to happen, and that there was nothing I could do about it. It was something I accepted a long time ago, but it felt so surreal. I had thought that when the end was so close I would feel some sort of release, but the more I thought about it, the more my heart began to race. 2 hours, just 2 more hours. I clutched my chest. The beating was getting heavier. Was I seriously having a panic attack about this? I tried to calm my breathing, but it was growing more ragged. The world around me was starting to blur out. Huh. I fell down again with a hard tooth. The pain in my chest started to go away. Was this it? Was I dying? I didn't want to wait around to suffocate, but this... I didn't want it to end like this either. I don't want to die. Understandable. Wow. I can't believe I said that. Of course I don't want to die. No one wants to die. Come on. But we all have to. This is just my time, I guess. A little anticlimactic if you ask me. I didn't even get to try and commit seppuku. Or finally take my last breath of oxygen just as I rescue ship lights up the horizon. No, I just finally buckled over after weeks of build-up stress and not taking care of myself. I can almost hear Lucy's condescending little thoughts. I told him, I swear on my motherboard, I told him he needed to take care of himself. Miss Cantekina, but did the fool listen to me? Yeah, something like that. You shouldn't be too hard on him, Lucy. I know he's trying in his own way. Patricia. Even in this hellhole you always try to see the upside of everything. Even your own doom. God, that was annoying. She couldn't even let me be miserable in peace. Oh, Leo. I felt something in my head. It was some sort of rubbing. It felt kinda nice. Come on, Leo, please wake up. Wake up? Oh God, I'm still alive. My eyes shut open. I was in my living room. Patricia and Lucy were there too. Leo! Oh, thank heavens. If you think about it, the moment we run out of oxygen and so on, our mate will be the last one standing. The only one as well. Anywho, wait, what happened? You were passed out on the streets near the power plant. I was so worried I thought you were... Now, dear, don't even think about it. We're just lucky it wasn't anything too serious. I tried contacting emergency services, but they weren't responding. The line must be busy. I tried to sit myself up a little. There's still a little pain in my chest, but it wasn't as crippling as before. Hey, take it easy. You shouldn't be moving around. I'll be fine. Patricia looks to Lucy. Hey, Lucy, could you give me and Leonard a few minutes alone? Of course, Miss Cantekina. The robot left the room. I'm really happy, Rogelio. I don't know what I would have done if you had... I gave her a look. Seriously? Of course, why wouldn't I be? Oh, gee, I don't know. Maybe because we are trapped in a giant bubble on the moon and are about to run out of air? Maybe because me dying from a heart attack 2 hours early wouldn't be a big deal in this situation? Maybe because there is no goddamn thing to be happy about anymore! Patricia took a step back, looking a little scared, but at this point I didn't care. She's been in denial ever since this tragedy started, always parading along like nothing was wrong. No, it was time for her to face the music. I know what's going on in that little head of yours, but this is it. We're out of batteries. There is nothing left. We have less than 2 hours before life support goes and we all start to suffocate. Do you not understand, Patricia? We're going to die! I take a moment to catch my breath. I'm winded and shaky from all the yelling. I wait for Patricia to respond, to start crying, to do something to show that she finally gets the situation. Yet all I got instead was of a little sincere smile she always had on.
Well, yeah, I know that.
You do? I was dumbfounded.
Of course I do. I'm well aware of the situation, Leonard.
I couldn't believe this. But you're so happy all the time. How can you be happy at a time like this?
Well, it's a lot better than being sad.
Again, I didn't know what to say.
Listen, Leonard, when the meteors hit us, I was terrified. Not because I was afraid to die. Well, I was, but it was nothing compared to the idea of being up here all alone. I thought that if I was going to be stuck up here, I didn't want to be up here by myself. I know that it's horribly selfish of me, but given the circumstances, I'm glad that you're here with me. So I decided on that day that I wouldn't be gloomy, but since my wish was granted, I would live every day to the fullest until the very end. And then, when the end finally comes, at least we wouldn't be alone. I guess I took some comfort in that thought.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Patricia wasn't crazy or delusional. She was strong. Strong enough to accept her fate with a smile and make the most of the time she had left. Meanwhile, I spent the last few months wallowing in a puddle of my own self-pity. All the time I had wasted. What little time I have left. Holy shit.
Huh?
I've been a real asshole recently, haven't I?
A little, but it's fine. I imagine most people would be given the circumstances.
I shook my head. It's not fine, Patricia. You were only ever trying to help and all I did was push you away. You didn't deserve that. You don't deserve any of this. It should have just been me stuck up here.
Hey now, don't go spiraling again on me. I thought we were making some progress.
You're right. No more feeling sorry for myself. Maybe. I tried to crack my first smile in almost 3 months.
I thought you'd forgotten how to do that.
It's making my mouth hurt. She giggles a little.
Yeah, I bet.
We both laugh a little. It honestly felt good to laugh after so long, and I had a lot of laughter to catch up on. There was maybe an hour or so left before life support gave away, and I was going to make the most out of that last little bit of time we had together. Hey Patricia.
Yeah?
If it's still on, I think I'd like to check out your party.
Really?
You mean... Yeah, I mean, why not, right?
That's wonderful, but well, after what happened this morning, I never got around to making anything.
Oh, damn. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it too much. However, if you want that, did you want to go outside and look at stars?
Stargazing, huh? I don't think I've done this since I first got here. Sure sounds like fun. Patricia helped me up from the couch as we headed to the front door. However, as she started opening it, I stopped her. Hold on a sec.
Is something the matter?
No, but could you give me a minute? There's something I have to do first. She nodded.
Take your time. I'll be in the backyard when you're ready.
I headed into the kitchen. It looked like Lucy was busy dusting the top of the cabinets when she noticed me.
It's good to see you moving again, sir. And is that a smile see on your face?
Something like that. Patricia realized a few things, and I want to tell you I'm sorry about the way I've been acting the last couple of months.
Well, I appreciate the gesture. Apology accepted.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
And I think I'll have to make Miss Kantakina a pious thanks for getting you out of your funk. I think she'll like it. You should get on that soon.
Yeah.
Of course, sir. Was there anything else, sir?
Yeah, for example, there was a lot I want to tell Lucy. A lot I want to apologize for. After all, this would be the last time I would see her. Could you make that chicken like for dinner?
Of course, sir. It's going to take a little while. Do you mind waiting a bit?
Yeah. Oh, ration it. I was heading out for it a bit anyways.
Very well, sir. I'll see you when you get... Sir?
I couldn't control myself. I wrapped my arms around that robot and gave her a hug. Let's go!
Sir, this is highly irregular.
Lucy, please, just let me stay like this for a bit.
Very well.
We stayed embraced. Her body was strangely warm, and I could hear the many fans and motors running within her. We've been thinking a lot about what to do with Lucy. It seemed cruel to let her stay operational on their colony, but switching her off would be like killing her. No, it had to be done. I couldn't let her stay here waiting for someone who would never come back, and if she for some reason started to look for me, I reached my hand up the back of her neck until I felt the crease of her access panel and popped it open. I'm going to miss you, Lucy.
Sir?
Goodbye. The humming within Lucy started to die down, and her limbs started to stiffen up. The heat radiating off of her quickly started to cool down. I held her in my arms for a few more minutes before letting go. I turned around quickly, trying to keep the tears at bay. I rushed to the door and not daring to look back at what I did. I closed the door to my house, wiping the few tears that managed to squeak by my eyes. I was sad, but I couldn't let Patricia see me like this. I had to be strong for her sake. No more being sad.
Hey, you okay?
Yeah, just making sure I didn't leave anything on.
Okay then, come on with me. I found the best spot.
She grabbed my hand and dragged me over and to and around her house until we were in the backyard.
See?
It was Earth.
Isn't it beautiful?
Words escaped me. There it was, up in our skies, easily dwarfing the rest of the stars that dotted the cosmos. In the year that I had been up here, I don't think that I ever looked up to the Earth.
Hey, Leonard?
Yeah?
Do you regret coming to the moon?
Huh?
I mean, obviously you do, but before all of this, were you happy?
Well, ever since I was a kid, all I ever wanted to was go up into the space and go on adventures.
Really now?
Well, I was 8, so it was a little far-fetched, but when they announced that they were actually opening up a colony on the moon, I was, well, over it.
Wow, that was bad.
Yeah, well, you're smiling, so anyways, why'd you come to the moon? I don't think you ever told me.
Oh, it's nothing special. I just needed a fresh start.
A fresh? What, were you a felon or something? She giggled a little.
Oh yeah, I was a hardened criminal. I had my hands in everything. Drugs, prostitution, human trafficking, loitering.
You fiend, I could never respect a loiterer.
Yeah, well, you know.
But seriously, if you don't mind me asking.
It's no problem. It will be nice to get this out in the open anyways.
She took a deep breath.
I got divorced a few months before coming up here.
You were married?
I was.
I never would have guessed.
It was right after high school. I was dating the quarterback and hopelessly in love. I was also 18. It was a big mistake. But the two of us were stubborn and we kept it. Life didn't turn out the way either of us wanted for, and he kept getting angrier. He'd blame everything and everyone for his failures, and he made me feel like if I left him, that I'd just be another person that gave up on him as well. But that wasn't fair. Leaving him was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do. We had a huge fight because of it. It was so bad I felt like I had to leave the planet just to get away from him. I don't regret it even though it meant coming up here alone. And I never liked being alone.
She turned to me, smiling.
And that's when I met my neighbor. My friendly, dorky neighbor.
Oh, come on, dorky!
What? It's a compliment.
If you say so.
Well, you do work with robots, it's kinda dorky.
Says the school teacher.
Fair enough. But really, talking to you that day made me really happy. It made me feel less alone up here.
Well, I was just trying to be nice. Besides, you've seen how sour I can get.
I always knew that wasn't the real you. Every time we met in our driveways, or you came over to fix something, I knew you were always being sincere. Hey, can I confess something to you?
Good of time as any.
You know my Battletron cranberry?
The piece of junk that always kept breaking down.
Yeah. A month after leaving here, I got a recall notice about that brand of Battletron. Turns out they were inherently buggy and had poor software. I think I remember that you said you never got one. Why didn't you ever send him back?
Stop. Wrong voice. No, it's correct.
Well...
She looked a little sheepish as she rubbed the back of her head. It was his question for sure, not hers.
I don't want to get him replaced because if they sent me a brand new robot, I don't think I get to see you as much.
What?
Please don't think I'm weird.
I don't, but... Great, now I was stuttering. I'm sure my face was lit up as well. I mean, you could have just
just went up and talked to you. Is that what you were going to say?
Yeah, I mean, you did it once. Why not do it again?
I thought that would be weird. Just appearing randomly at your doorstep going, "Hiya, neighbor, it's me, the girl whose robot keeps breaking down. Wanna go have dinner sometime?"
Dinner? Patricia turned pale.
Did I say dinner? I don't recall saying that.
You want to go out for dinner with me like on a date?
I mean, oh, shut up!
Patricia Cantakina, did you have a little crush on me?
Fine. Maybe I had just a little one. What's it to you?
Heh. I couldn't believe it. This was almost too funny. Try as I might, there was no way I could hold back my laughter.
Hey, cut it out! I confess to you, and this is how you act?
No. I'm sorry. You just... we're so stupid.
Why?
I mean, this whole goddamn time, we both like each other, but we are too shy to say anything about it.
Seriously? What do you mean?
I liked you too. She had this dumbfounded look on her face, but soon she was laughing with me as well.
Holy crap. We're dumb.
Do you know how many times when I was over at your house fixing something I want to ask you out almost every single time? Between the two of us, our laughter filled the entire colony. To think of all the time we wasted being shy.
Yeah, all the time.
Slowly, her laughing stopped, and mixed with my own hysterical chuckling, I heard a somber, staggered sobbing. Patricia was crying.
Oh god, we wasted so much time!
Whoa, hey.
We could have been together if I wasn't just so freaking stupid! And now it's too late! It doesn't matter that we've confessed to each other now, we're going to die! We're going to die!
Yeah, for a brief moment there I had forgotten about our situation. But we're still doomed, confession or not. Patricia, I was about to reach out for her when suddenly... the power went out, our last battery was completely drained. Soon the air would start getting thin and then...
Oh god!
She was growing hysterical. This girl who stood steadfast to all the adversities thrown at her these past few months was finally hitting her limit. Maybe her courage came with a little bit of denial, but there was no denying now that the end was upon us. But there was no way I was going to let her life end like this. She deserved better than all of this. The least I could do was make sure she knew I was there. I felt around for her, my hand landed on her shoulder, then I pulled her in and held her tight. I'm here, Patricia. It's okay.
I'm sorry, Leo.
You have nothing to be sorry about.
Leo, I wish we could have spent more time with each other.
Me too, Pat. I should have asked you out ages ago.
Do you think we would have been happy together?
I know we would have. I felt her head bury itself in my chest. I could still feel her staggered breath on my chest. We would have been perfect for each other. We are perfect. We are perfect for each other. So there is no reason to cry.
I can't help it. I'm just so scared.
I know. I'm scared too. I squeezed her tighter. Tears were starting to form around my eyes as well. I could already feel it getting harder to breathe. Our time was slipping away. It was impossible for me to know just when we would take our final breath. But whenever that would be. At least we were never alone. The end. The following visual novel was made in 31 days, following the restrictions and rules of the NaNoWriMo Creators Challenge. Story written by Christopher Chabak. Sprites, backgrounds, and CGs drawn by John Fawkes. Edited by Michael Bateman. Thank you for playing. Woo! That was fun. I liked it. Short, bittersweet, yes. Oh. Short, bittersweet, yes, as it was in the description of the game that you heard in the very beginning, before the intro. As this is now the approach to how I play the games. I don't know. From now on it will be like that, basically. Started off with the starting screen of the game. drop the description of the game that is provided by the devs as well, and when we are playing. Yeah, I mean, that would be crazy being in a situation like this, that's for sure. Even if you know, obviously I would say you try to survive as long as possible. But eventually, you are basically done for in a way. And you cannot do anything about it. That is the scary part, to be quite frank. Yeah. Well, at least the two of them were able to confess to each other in the end. It took them forever for, that's for sure. Sadly, they do not have really any dating time or anything like that. Sadly enough, yeah. Sadly enough. And I feel bad about our lovely mate as well. What a cutie, Lucy. Our mate was cute, yeah. I know she was a robot, but she was so cute. Dude, if this was a game with choices and so on, I would totally go after the robot. Anyway, segue. Let's end it for today. That was fun. Of course, as per usual, I'm gonna link you the game in the description. You know, it's on itch.io. It is on John Fawkes' profile, so you can head out over there. You can also check out Basti Suckables, which we played in the past. You can, you know, download it yourself and play it yourself, or you can go and watch it on my channel as well. It's a lengthier game. It's also a very it's a very funny and fun game as well, to be fair. It was made in 2021, and what we played today was from 2019. Yeah, much appreciated all of you watching. If you enjoyed, consider liking the video. That's always super appreciated and helpful. You can comment something in the comments section. Wow, I mean, that's the only place anyone would comment. Why would I say where to comment? But yeah, that's also always super appreciated. I read everything, obviously. Even for, well, if you look through the videos, you would know there is not that many comments there. But yeah, I read everything. I try to respond to everything. If there is like a text that I can actually respond to, basically, I usually do. If I don't, I usually drop you, you know, like to the comment. And possibly even the supposed heart. That way you know that I have seen everything. I read it and so on. I just find, you know, your comment says something that maybe doesn't need a response and so on. But you will know that I've seen it that way. Also, if you're new around, subscribe for more games. Subscribe for more games. That's probably the most appreciated part, if you subscribe. That means basically you put some trust into the videos and make and so on. And it definitely shows that you enjoyed this one. I don't know why I went on such a long tangent with saying all of that, but yeah, that's it. I wish you all a wonderful day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next game as well. Bye bye.